So Samaritans media guidelines talk about the importance of responsible reporting of suicide and suicidal behaviour. What is responsible reporting and why is it important?
Yeah, so I lead Samaritans' work with the media on encouraging responsible reporting and portrayal of suicide. So that's leading our media guidelines work. It's important because there's a significant body of research that's been carried out over the last 5 decades, research carried out across the world that shows strong links between certain types of media reporting of suicide and increases in suicidal behaviour, so increases in suicide rates. And so irresponsible reporting would be where, say, there's lots of details about suicide methods, going into graphic detail about methods, where the idea of suicide is portrayed in a way that might romanticise the idea of suicide, that therefore could inadvertently suggest to somebody that it might be a good idea, or if it's presented as a suitable option for people. And so this is why Samaritans does this work. The research is very compelling. So encouraging responsible portrayal of suicide with media is a really important area of suicide prevention work. So that's why Samaritans does this work. It's important just to make a couple of points there. What we're not saying is that suicide shouldn't be covered in the media, because while there's a strong body of evidence that shows that irresponsible reporting can be harmful, there is also research that shows that if you cover the topic responsibly, so for example, if you show things like hopeful stories of recovery, show personal testimonies of people who have been able to overcome a suicidal crisis and work through things and come out the other end, that kind of coverage of the topic actually is really encouraging to other people who may be suffering in silence, who may actually feel that they're not able to cope with things any longer. So that kind of coverage, research does actually show, can be encouraging and potentially help to prevent suicides. It can encourage people to reach out for help and so on. So we're not saying that suicide shouldn't be covered at all. It's only certain types of coverage. And it's particularly, the research is very strong in, for example, going into lots of details, as I said, about methods, or this sort of sensationalising or romanticising the idea of suicide.